I will start by watching Cloud.
I'm on Mebe, so I guess I'll stick with Mebe. Also, hello, Yobozun. That nickname doesn't ring a bell. Rasta didn't change name. Oh no, ban this guy. Maybe it doesn't need warm-up. Maybe it's just doing donuts.
Nor does Cloud. Cloud is doing circles as well.
And then
and now
nice guy just sitting there.
I can't switch to them because they haven't crossed the checkpoint. The life rankings don't work.
Oh, is not actually driving?
Yes, it seems like he's driving.
Good.
Not Quentin.
So Yogazan is on Exordus, apparently.
Ah, okie dokie.
So he's cheering for Rex and Creep.
Yep. 20 more seconds and then we go.
It feels weird watching these guys drive on this map now, because we drove on it so long ago.
2 weeks.
Ago, yeah. It's been a while.
Boop boop. That doesn't need more than a single lap. Eric leaves out the fun, and here we go. Public chat disabled, race is live. Playday, what is it, 3?
Yep.
Now after this Playday today, all the maps...
1, 2, 3 is hard, we know.
Yeah, I know. After this Playday there will be a new backpack, but for now, same maps as the last 2 weeks.
Oh, Quentin had to release, actually.
Also...
Full speed.
Oh no, I don't have to press tab. Oh, Vince is very far back. Must have done a big mistake, 5 seconds, so I guess that's what you get if you're not warming up before.
Yeah.
Other than that, still a second between 1st and 19th it is. We have a full field today, which is good.
Amper leading the charge at the moment, 1st and 2nd.
Then there's actually, Willie was in there, now it's 1st and 2nd Amp, 3rd and 4th Godspeed, although the fight for 4th is still, well, everything is still very close, yeah.
That was a significantly different line from Nod, and it worked.
I actually didn't look, I'll have to check next lap. Let's keep watch on him for this lap. Also, for some reason, Momo or FatKit posted in two different accounts in the chat, I don't know how he did that.
Maybe he noticed and then signed into his other
Maybe.
YouTube account.
I don't know what the M guys did there, but they gained the lead on everyone else.
Yeah.
They're part of AMP, makes sense.
Now let's see here. What not that different was at the very start?
The U-turn after the start-finish, yeah.
Let's have a look.
That was the same as them this time.
Yeah, that didn't look too
Maybe
different.
a little bit tighter, but...
No, Quentin got way more speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then loses it, maybe?
Hard to tell. Oh, maybe had to release. Went too close to the... Maybe? That looked very close. Also, there's been more gaps in the back. React actually fell to semi-last place, or second last place. Vin's still behind him, but only by 1.5 seconds now.
Yeah, I guess a few of them have made mistakes, because quite a few are 3 seconds back now.
Yeah.
I think Vince might have done another one as well, because he's not really...
Oh, what happened to John Boy? John Boy now in last place with Vince.
John Boy just suddenly jumped to last.
He's still in view of Vince, but that's a big time loss on his part. Must have lost 5 seconds.
Yeah, and Nod past Cloud as well. Changing it front.
Still very close in the top 4. Although the top 4 are not quite getting away from the pack as much. There's Eric, tiny bit behind them. Then there's Suram. And then there's a big group actually. 5 drivers fighting for, 7th?
Yeah.
Could be more. And there's Voyager, and then there's a big gap from Voyager to behind them. Vince actually overtook his first opponent, passing Mixu.
Oh. Not mean to do that? Surely not.
Back in the front, maybe with a tiny lead. Lots of locals being driven. What were we seeing here? 51.7, 51.9, 52s. The first local is a 51.0 by maybe. I'm not sure if we're gonna see times like that during the race. It is his own map, so he might have home advantage, although there were 3
Rex
weeks
just
to...
had a massive crash.
3 weeks to train. What happened? Let's see. Oh, yeah. He was
It's
just
dope.
ahead of his teammate, I think, so he was in 10th.
Yeah, I think he had a full stop. He clipped a wall and then went into another one for a full stop.
Might actually...
Because he was ahead of Crete and and I think Maddox.
I think the Exortus guys were next to each other, but he was up there. Mixu actually falling even further behind, now in last place, gets overtaken by John Boy. The last 5 are actually semi-close. Not as close as the top 4 or top 5, but they can still see each other. Oh, the last place can see a couple places ahead.
Eric got a pretty fast time. He got the 4th local.
Oh, who was that? Cloud? Cloud touched. Cloud touched at the second dirt of the lap. Falling behind, now into 5th. Might actually... Yeah, no, Suram isn't close enough to overtake him, but... It's about a second he lost that lap. Actually, let's take a look.
See what he did?
Yeah. He touched the inside corner on the second dirt. He's actually lucky that he didn't flip or spin.
Yeah. I know hitting the outside wall is really bad.
Yeah.
But I've not really hit the inside.
And he's already back to his usual pace, according to the checkpoints. Oh, Mixu, now back in 18th, React down to last place. Those two switched.
Quentin made a small mistake. Eric passed him now.
So Eric up in the top 3. And there's a split between the AMP and AMP and Godspeed drivers. Gap behind Suram is also widening, now 1.5 seconds. Let's actually take a look at Nod and Maybe here.
Oh, Eric made a mistake.
Yep, Eric just had a big touch.
Oh, where'd he go? Let's see. Gets overtaken by Cloud, so that's 2 positions down.
I don't think... Suram's
Oh,
close.
yeah, Suram's right behind him now. And not actually made it into first as I was watching Cloud. Half a second lead already, so maybe must have touched somewhere.
Maybe must have hit something.
And
He's down by 0.6 now too, so
Oh, yeah.
I think he hit something.
Yeah, checkpoints say he lost half a second that lap. Oh, Vince, look at his time. He's 23 seconds behind?
Yeah.
Wow, that's another
Very
huge
unlikely.
mistake, yeah. But then again, React, Mixu, John Boy, Rasta, more than 10 seconds behind the lead already, and it's only a quarter of the race done.
But those guys are actually quite close together. Like Rex and Hot Dog and Trolley Molly. Those 3 are pretty close.
Oh yeah. And ahead of them we can see Voyager with quite a big gap. Rex overtaking Hot Dog as we can see. Oh, actually they have the same car, I think. Or it looks like they do.
Who?
Yeah, agreed.
Rex and Hot Dog. They have a Red Bull. The Red Bull's... Oh no!
They're the Hype Boys cars.
Hot Dog touches the same corner that Cloud, it falls a bit behind.
Yeah, better to touch that part of the wall than the outside, though.
That is true. Let's see. Didn't get overtaken by Rasta yet, so it only lost 1 position. Back in the front, the top 4 still the same, although in a slightly different order. And they're also widening the gap to Suram in the next place.
Maybe is slowly catching up to Nod. He's gained 0.2 in the past lap.
Oh, not outside touch, big time loss. He spun. How many positions is that? Got overtaken by Suram, Willy, Maddox, Kratos next. Kratos gonna get him too because that's a high-speed section. So Nod is now down in 8th from first. Losing how much? 4, yeah, let's say 6 seconds. Just that mistake. 7 actually, wow. Unlucky. Oh,
Yeah, he finished the lap plus 7.2 seconds.
yeah. That's a lot of point gain for Amp, at least in comparison to Godspeed.
Yeah.
The fight between Trolley Moly and Rex, well, distance widened a tiny bit. About equal distance from Voyager to Hot Dog.
John Boy and Rasta are relatively close.
Nods. Oh, someone touched.
Oh, John Boy and
Is that
Rasta are
maybe?
close, yes. Maybe it's not in first.
Yeah.
He's in sixth, wow.
Maybe crashed again. He's now back behind Nod and Crete.
Oh, that's the two guys with the fastest locals doing mistakes. Maybe using his horn, and I can't understand what it does.
I had to look at my Discord there to see if that was someone with a kid in the background laughing.
That's what it sounds like, yeah. So now it's Quentin in first, followed by Cloud, and then a second or second and a half gap to Suram. Ooh, Cloud actually touched, so that's a tiny time loss.
And again.
Oh no. Let's see where maybe in 8th not made his way up to 6th, so he overtook Crate and maybe as he dropped down. Now getting to Maddox. Let's see how many corners that will take. Slowly but steady gaining. He should have him by the 180 after the start.
I think he respawned.
And
oh yeah, he did. He definitely respawned. He's behind Vince now. He's actually braking and accelerating. I don't know if he gave up drive and.
Doing?
Oh, that's Vince. Yeah, he's braking and accelerating.
Yeah. Vince again. Maybe he's now past Crete.
That's very unlucky for both the Cup Rosa drivers.
Yeah.
I'm happy you say their name.
I want to hear you try.
No, you don't.
Okay. Oh yeah, maybe overtook Crate and is now behind Knots, and both overtook Maddox. Maddox must have done a mistake because he's fallen down a couple positions.
He was ahead of Crete, so he definitely made a mistake.
And Eric as well?
I don't know where Eric was. I think he... Oh no, Maddox! Hit the checkpoint before the finish. Loses another couple positions.
Oof.
Down 12th, 13th, and is about to get overtaken by Hot Dog, so 14th even. And Trolley Moly as well, wow. So he went from 6th to 15th in a single lap.
Seems to be more mistakes than in the previous maps.
And I would even dare to say more mistakes than Open League? I don't remember there being that many.
No, I think we just
apply cold water to the burn area.
Yeah, maybe interesting to see what times they get.
True.
Because I think in most of the others it was like, yeah, the first one in the Open League was like down in the mid-pack of the Premier League.
Yeah, I mean the pace is definitely way up there.
Yeah. Just whether like being consistently... Oh, Maddox! Sorry.
Again?
Yeah.
Oh, did he respawn?
No, he didn't respawn, but he hit the checkpoint and like full stop.
And he's gonna get overtaken by Rasta too here, so that's 10 positions he lost in 2 laps.
Oh, Rex I think has made a mistake.
Oh, yeah, Rex also fell down again.
This is a error-filled race.
Yeah,
it's hard to keep up.
I mean, we haven't talked about the XD guys, I think, since the start of the race, so let's see. We have Greenius in 10th, and Willie not doing any mistakes and being in 4th. Or at least until now. Although, behind them are both Maybe and Not, so let's see how long you can fight those people off.
Yeah, Nod is pretty close, actually.
Well, from what I've seen, both Maybe and Nod are driving like 51 threes.
Yep.
Regu.
That's what Maybe just did, exactly. Watching Maybe's perspective here, but Not... Doesn't look like Not is driving there from Maybe, but they're both getting closer to Willie, I would say. Oh, John Boy actually overtook React in the back.
Really?
And as he said, Not's overtaken Willie. Oh, look at Mebit. He took just 2 turns to be right next to Willie and now overtaking him as well. So that's them up again in 4th and 5th. Just Surum between them and their teammates.
That was a slow lap for Nod, 51.6.
And if that's a
say
slow
slow,
lap,
but
yeah, exactly. That just shows you the
For
pace to
me,
drive in.
for me to get that lap, I'd have to literally no life forever. So
Do we have any other changes?
Quentin's kind of running away with it at the moment.
Yeah.
2.5 gap to Cloud.
Checking Cloud, he can, if he's driving with cars, he can slightly seek Quentin when he exits corners. And then Surum 2 seconds behind Cloud, can't see anything. And not and maybe right next to each other, a second behind
I
Surum.
love Nod's line after the start finish. It's so good.
Well, they have 6 more laps, so they have a third of the race left to beat Surum, chase up to their teammates. Grenius gained 1 spot, overtaking Broccoli. He's now in 9th. At some point that
They're
happened.
still pretty close though.
Let's take a look. Oh yeah, right next to each other. So that must have happened recently. Do you have any other close fights? Doesn't look like it. The closest we have is definitely Mott and Mebe, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh! Greenius, big mistake.
Oh,
Hot Dog passed him. Voyager passed him.
is Maddox gonna pass him? Let's see. Probably not. The 180 equalizer after the start is taking care of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Grenius was in 9th and now he's down in 12th, lost 3 positions. Both demise drivers
now
pushing
past
right now.
Nod.
Let's take a look. Maybe I'm not,
Yes.
yeah.
Stadium improved his time, so trying to stay away from Nod and maybe.
Maybe he knows he's being followed and just trying to fight them off for the last 5 laps of the race. Oh, did he? Oh, Surum actually full speeding the tunnel. I don't know if he touched.
He touched the inside wall.
Oh yeah, he just got passed.
Passed by Mebe, not quite by Not just yet. I can't actually see Surum's car. That's how close those 2 are driving. And just that turn gave Not what, 0.2? 0.1, 0.2? Oh, not touching the outside wall, slowing down. Saving a bigger mistake, but losing a position back to Surum again, so down in 5th with a second gap. Gap between 1st and 2nd still the same. 1.5 between the 2 seconds.
I think he touched on that uphill.
He did slow down, yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting stressful on these last couple of laps.
Yeah.
So Not might be able to gain that position back he lost by touching too. Oh, Willie actually pushing. Where is he? Willie? Oh, behind Not. Oh, although the gap is a whole second.
Yeah.
I think Renius lost another position to Maddox. I remember him being in 12th.
Nod is right on Surum's tail. Oh, now he's passed.
Oop, no, there. That's Surum. It's actually hard to click their names when their positions are changing.
Yeah. Rex, Greenius, and Maddox are pretty close. Those 3.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting to see how that plays out in the next 3 laps.
Let's fight for 12th. And then Voyager and Hot Dog are also, well, half a second between them.
Rex made a mistake.
Oh,
Touched in
yeah.
it.
He lost the connection. He's not gonna get overtaken by Trolley Moly though, because that's another,
No.
what is it, 3 seconds, yeah. Although Trolley Moly and his teammate are right next to each other, both speedrun players. Is that their name? I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Did Vince give up?
I can't spectate him and he's 40 checkpoints behind, so I'm gonna guess yeah. I don't actually know if he drove 3/4 of the race then.
No.
Well, I know a couple laps ago, Quentin was just overlapping him.
Oh.
Um,
Well, yeah, he was 51 seconds behind when he gave up, yeah.
40 CPs is 4 full laps.
And we're in lap 20, so that's not 6, 12, 18. Like, it could have just been him calculating 75% of the race and then giving up as he passes it.
yeah.
Although he would only get 1 point anyway, so yeah.
But if he leaves before that, he gets 0, right?
True.
So he confirmed as 1.
Oh, React actually got overtaken by John Boy, so the other Kupferose player gained this position. Any other close fights? Not really. Cloud's losing ground to Quentin. 2 laps left, 2 seconds. Not much to be done there. Same with Mebe, 1 second and a bit behind Cloud, although they're teammates. Not 1.5 between Mebe, or behind Mebe.
Eric's not too far away from Willie.
Ooh, that could be something to watch for the last 2 laps. What else do we have that's close? Maybe Greenius and Broccoli? Nah, Broccoli and Maddox? Maybe. I think Eric and Willie is the closest thing we have, so let's watch that as we enter the last lap. We basically ended up right where we started, with Amp and Godspeed having top 4 positions.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just a tiny bit of a scramble in who those positions go to. Surum? It looks like Willie and Eric are getting closer to Surum. I don't know if you did a mistake.
They're also getting closer to each other.
Yeah.
Eric's catching slowly.
Oh, 20 more seconds in this lap. Eric pushing it, almost touching the outside. Weird jump.
Oh, that was a really weird jump.
Willie! Willie had to release steering. This is going to be very close. It's all in the last turn. Eric going as tight as he can. I think it goes to Willie. And Surium almost gave it up with that sweep before the finish line.
I'm not
I don't
sure
think he knew it was the last lap.
Yeah. Or that there was... Yeah, probably that.
We have Crate, Voyager, Hot Dog, Maddox and Broccoli. Rex making a mistake just before the finish or something, I don't know. Both speedrun players.
Yeah.
Wait, Greenius, no! Greenius did a mistake and actually lost, 3 positions again, ending up between the speedrun drivers. And we have Kupferose John Boy in 17th, React in 18th, Mixu finishing in 19th, and Vince not finishing at all. Yeah, now we can calculate how many checkpoints does a lap have. So we know how many...
10 laps per checkpoint, and he had 66 CPs, so I don't think he...
6... That sounds like more than 6 laps?
It's 6.5 laps.
It's up to the admins to decide that one.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna conclude Map Pack 1 for the Premier League. And now we're switching to another map and Open League.
Yes.
Actually, let's see if they update the points really quick so I can give a rundown of that.
I'm sure Max will say when it's updated.
Put the game in windowed so I can tab out. Okay. GG's.